There's now breaking news from CNN. Don Lemon's been fired. Don Lemon terminated at CNN. Oh my God. Am I still employed by myself? Are you still? You're still employed, Steve. You're good.
You know, I'm really excited for the Hannity and Combs reboot called Carlson and Lemon.
That's the line of the day right there. That was very clever.
That's
all right,
insane.
wait.
Unbelievable.
This is just to bring you up to speed there. Here's a statement from Don Lemon. I was informed this morning by my agent that I have been terminated by CNN. I am stunned. After 17 years at CNN, I would have thought that someone in management would have had the decency to tell me directly. I got to give Don Lemon that point, frankly.
God.
At no time was I ever given any indication that I would not be able to continue to do the work I have loved at the network. It is clear that there are some larger issues at play. With that said, I want to thank my colleagues and the many teams I have worked for an incredible run. They are the most talented journalists in the business, and I wish them all the best. Good God.
That we should note that is a bad breakup in the media business when Don Lemon puts that out. Obviously, CNN put out their own statement, but notably Tucker Carlson has not spoken publicly about his exit at this point, and certainly not in those terms that Don just did. That's bad breakup situation.
No, he's not wrong. I mean, everybody knows I'm not exactly Don Lemon's fan, but he's not wrong that if that's true, that he was just told by his agent he was fired and they didn't have the balls to tell him man to man. I mean, that's just classless. He's got a right to complain about that.
He was on air this morning, I saw. So that's
oh my God.
That's rough.
So that's you're escorted out of the building kind of situation.
Right. It seems that way. Yeah, this was not
That's
even
what they
like,
do.
oh.
When they fire you, I mean, we saw this at Fox many times. They're very brutal about it. And our audience has probably had this in their own companies. That you get told you're fired and they have 2 security guards standing there. They'll see you back to your desk. You have to fill up your box and walk out. It's very humiliating. Something must have happened there. I feel like, Steve, something must have happened there. Something else must have come out. So there must have been something, like a final straw.
I would think so. And it should be noted, I mean, obviously we're reacting to this in real time, but the idea that Don Lemon is fired by CNN is not a shock. The way this went down perhaps is, but there's been a lot of rumblings for weeks, for months, that this is inevitable. The way that it ultimately culminated here, I think maybe perhaps is something that looks good for Don and for the way that he wants to go out in this blaze of glory, which it does seem like, although, it's clearly, yeah, well,
you overstate the case, sir.
Trying to get ahead of the story, at least, in this scenario there, and not giving any sort of a chance for CNN to have the first word out of the gate, like Fox did in this situation.
Wait, and tell him, Steve, what happened with Karine Jean-Pierre and Don Lemon on Friday, because that's another piece to this story.
Yes. Yeah. The reports are that Karine Jean-Pierre, who has been interviewed by Don Lemon before, refused to be interviewed by Don Lemon when she did an appearance on CNN this morning and would only talk to one of his female co-anchors for that. That is based on, at least according to this reporting, Don's comments going a little bit further back about women in their prime. So it's starting to, in theory, at least according to this leaked report, which who knows where that came from, affect the editorial side of what happened on that show, Don's mishaps.
You could go to Brazil or Colombia or wherever and get some crazy stuff done to your face. But why would you do that? It's unnecessary. Now you can look years younger right before your very eyes during the Genucel Mother's Day sale. And you don't have to get on a plane to make it happen. Here's a real review from Genucel.com. Claire writes, I absolutely love Genucel. My skin feels so good, tighter, younger, with a more even tone, and I only used it for a week. My advice for everyone, take a before picture. Her husband, Jim, writes in saying, wife loves it. Ever since I purchased it for her, things got much more interesting after dark. Enough said. It's true, nothing works like Genucel because it's a family recipe for over 20 years, made by a compounding pharmacist in small batches and always safe, cruelty-free, and natural. Now, go to Genucel.com/MK60 and save over 70% off Genucel's most popular package, all their best stuff, during their Mother's Day sale. Every most popular package features their Ultra Retinol and their Dark Spot Corrector. Don't wait. Go to Genucel.com/MK60, Genucel.com/MK60. Get a complimentary Spa Essentials box with every package order until Mother's Day, now through Mother's Day. Plus, free upgrade to priority shipping as well. GENUCEL.com/MK60. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.